located in the heart of Chicago.
Just ahead on 11 News, a tragic story with no explanation. A murder-suicide takes 3 lives, including 2 children. We are live on the scene with the latest. A state trooper shot at point-blank range. The case that rocked the Maryland State Police 5 years ago is back in court. Plus, uncovering the motive of Cunanan's alleged crime spree. Did he have AIDS? We have the autopsy results. And the financial future may not be very bright for baby boomers. We'll tell you why. Stay with us. 11 News starts right now.
WBAL Television, Baltimore. Now, live, local, late-breaking. This is 11 News.
He was a father with 2 kids, daughters aged 4 and 8. Now his home is a crime scene. Police say when they tried to arrest him, he went into a back room and fired 3 fatal shots. Good evening, I'm Virg, Jacques.
And I'm Donna Hamilton. Here's what's happening. A man wanted in Anne Arundel County and Montgomery County police say by the time negotiators got to the scene of this crime, it was too late. 40-year-old Harold Greer had killed both his young daughters and then shot himself. It happened at this Gaithersburg home. Montgomery County Sheriff's deputies went to the house to serve a warrant late last night. Police say 40-year-old Harold Greer let deputies into his home on North Summit Avenue. He then took his children into a back room and refused to come out. Police later heard 3 shots from the bedroom. The daughters, aged 4 and 8, are Latoya and Kiona Greer. Harold Greer was wanted for armed robbery in Anne Arundel County. Now, this case is a reminder of a similar murder-suicide last month, that one in South Baltimore. That's when 39-year-old Tashante Lamont killed his 6-year-old daughter, then turned the gun on himself. Police say he answered the door, then told police to wait. He then went back inside and fired the 2 fatal shots. Court documents show that Lamont had concerns that he might lose custody of his daughter.
The tragic circumstances surrounding the death of a Maryland state trooper resurfaced in a Howard County courtroom today. At issue, whether to revoke a plea bargain that sent a man to prison for killing state policeman Ted Wolf. Alicia Taylor is at the courthouse in Ellicott City. She joins us live with details in this high-profile case. Alicia?
Well, Virg, Francisco Rodriguez will have to wait at least 3 more months to find out if his life sentence will be reduced. Rodriguez was not in court today, but Wolf's widow and several other law enforcement officers were. Jenny Wolf arrived at the courthouse with her lawyer by her side.
Well, I would like to see the life sentence.
This is who Wolf is talking about. Francisco Rodriguez is one of the men convicted in the 1990 cold-blooded murder of her late husband, Corporal Ted Wolf. Although he didn't attend, Rodriguez was granted a hearing today to have his life sentence reduced. About 50 law enforcement officers from around the state showed up to oppose that reduction.
Mr. Rodriguez supplied the gun to Tirado, who shot Ted Wolf. He's just as guilty as if he had pulled the trigger himself. And for that, he should spend, as he was sentenced, the period of his natural life behind bars.
But that may not happen because of a sealed plea agreement Rodriguez made with then state's attorney 5 years ago. The agreement, which was unsealed in court today, states that, quote, the defendant will withdraw his previously entered plea of not guilty and enter a plea of guilty. The sentence shall run concurrently with any other sentence. It goes on to say that the defendant agrees to make himself available as a witness to the state to provide truthful testimony about the events concerning the death of Maryland State Trooper Ted Wolf at any retrial of co-defendant Eric Tirado.
And he didn't do anything for the state in order to make a deal like that. It was a bad agreement from the start.
The judge agreed to give prosecutors 3 months to prove that the plea agreement is invalid on the grounds that Rodriguez lied.
Mr. Rodriguez offered to cooperate with the state. He did not tell the truth on the facts as we knew them to be true.
Now, Rodriguez is in federal prison right now, serving a 15-year drug sentence. Now, the first-degree murder charge for Wolf's death will run concurrently with that charge. And just to update you, the new hearing for the reduction sentence will...
Alicia Taylor in Ellicott City. We apologize for those technical problems. Donna?
Today, some of Baltimore's most highly trained officers are rotating out of their divisions and heading back to the streets. Under this controversial policy, officers in the department's specialized units will rotate out after 4 years. The rotations are part of the union contract approved back in 1995, but they have been embroiled in controversy ever since. Audrey Barnes joins us live with that story. Audrey?
Donna, even though those rotations were approved back in 1995, most of them have been deferred until today.
All of the department's specialty units could lose their most seasoned investigators every 4 years. It's happening to the K-9 unit, and the traffic division is also ushering in several new faces. There used to be 15 officers assigned to the city traffic division. They're now down to just 5, and 3 of the veterans are rotating out. Supervisors say it will take several weeks to train the new officers rotating into the traffic division, and it will be several more weeks before they can hit the streets solo. Some of the other officers already in that unit say they're afraid that transitional period will jeopardize traffic investigations.
It's bad policy and it's bad policing. We've lost too many of our seasoned investigators who are now working for other jurisdictions, Anne Arundel County, Baltimore County in particular, investigating things like their homicides.
A police spokesman says 67 officers are rotating out of the tactical division this year. 11 of them left in the month of July. The most costly rotations are in the K-9 unit. It takes months to train an officer and his dog. When the officer rotates out, he takes his $30,000 highly trained dog with him. The Fraternal Order of Police has filed an unfair labor practice claim against the city, claiming the policy isn't being enforced equally throughout the department. It's now in the hands of a federal mediator.
We're hoping we're successful in the arbitration. We believe we will be, and that Police Commissioner Fraser will have to honor his word and treat everybody equally. He feels compelled to rotate seasoned investigators, members of our tactical unit, our